Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy but to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass away from the law until all is fulfilled. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. What's important to note here, and what's jumped out at me when I read it, as I read through the New Testament now, you have heard that it was said. It does not say that it is written, but merely that it is said, that you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. This is a man-made tradition. This is not something that's coming from Torah, because as we're going to go through it, the difference here is between what was said and what was written. So this is not Torah. It says, so the scripture, love your neighbor and hate your enemy, apparently comes from Leviticus 19. So let's go to Leviticus 19. It's verse 18, but it starts in verse 17. It says, Lo teshena, lo, you shall hate your brother in your heart. Surely you shall rebuke your neighbor, but no bear because of him sin. It affirms that it says no, lo, as in you will not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge, and not bear any grudge against the sons of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh. So it says, anyway, I'm not going to get technical. Let's just, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So, this is Torah. You shall not take revenge. That's why when Jesus says, you have heard that it was said, he did not say you have heard that it was written, because it is not written. And then the question will arise, if you're following this correctly, what about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? So let's go and have a look. Where is it? Okay, it says 24:19, and a man, if he causes disfigurement of his neighbor, Amit is a people, so his neighbor could be anyone. Ami is people. Am is like a people, a nation. So anyone in the vicinity, or what, a neighbor is pretty much an acquaintance, or you get close neighbors, and the guy who lives down the road is, in that sense, yeah, it's Ami, it's a people who live near you. As he has done, as he has worked, so it shall be done to him. So it says, yeah, fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he has caused disfigurement of a man, so shall it be done to him. And this law in the Torah regards to the man's face, the disfigurement of a man's face, that if in any way you should harm a man in his face, maybe injure his lip or injure his ear, that your own lip and your own ear is going to suffer the same consequence. That is what the Torah is saying. It's not saying if a man comes to steals from you, go and burn his house down, or it's saying this is a law specifically for the disfigurement of a man's face. So it's important for us to know the difference between what is said by men and what is written in the Torah.